this particular instance with Eastport, we wanted to have a beautiful waterway for recreation, and we wanted to make Eastport the hub of recreation in the villages, where it has everything you could possibly dream of doing in one spot.
Downtowns take a good 3 or 4 years, in the making from start to finish. There's a bunch of us that sit around the table and we think about different themes and look at many different site plans. One idea for this area was the cute little alleyways, European markets and their quaint little streets.
And the intimacy of the alleyways that are common over there, the outside dining, the Tivoli lights, the quiet intimacy in the alleyways, outside patios in those areas. And we thought that would be a really great, quaint atmosphere for our people to enjoy a meal or a stroll. The ability to walk everywhere in Eastport, and in fact, the main street will be closed down in the evenings, and so people will park their golf cars or whatever on the outskirts of the town, and this whole area will be, front area, the lakeside area will all be walkable and have a beautiful view of the water. And of course we still offer music and the bar kiosks and stuff like that.
And then on the square, we know that shade is very popular here. We've gone back and added to some of the other squares. We will have a shaded structure, kind of like what we have at Sawgrass, but a little different. The fun thing about this square is how close it is to the water. We, again, have done Lake Sumter Landing, another water town, but this one seems to be right out on it, and it's the actual backdrop to the stage. It's the backdrop to the square. We have a walking path all the way around the lake that brings you through the town and back around. It's got a hotel on one end and the beautiful rec center on the other. This is the first time that you'll be able to sit and just be that close to the water.
It also has a little island that you can walk out to watch any races that might be going on in the water, dragon boat, and you can see the stage from there too. I mean, you're looking at the back of the musicians, but you're listening to the music and you're very close.
Yeah. Eastport architecturally is obviously different than the other downtowns we've done. We'd like all of them to be different and unique and have their own little flair to them.
For all of our town centers, a group of us have sat around a table and tried to write a storyline about the people who live there, because that gives us the opportunity to build a history. So if we know who lived there and we know what they did, then it helps us create the architecture, it helps us create the atmosphere, it helps us create what the buildings look like. So it brings all sorts of different ideas and things to the table. And basically that's what we've done since Spanish Springs.
Two of the buildings that have come out of the ground already in Eastport is the Sales Center and Olympia Rec Center. The Sales Center in our storyline is where we built old boats. It was 2 warehouses of old brick. Well, we've taken some of that brick away and we've got some really pretty modern storefront. So beautiful glass, beautiful sunlight into the buildings.
Taking the old, mixing it with the new, and changing the look a little bit. We made it more contemporary, added a lot of glass to it, but kept the brick facade and some of the older aspects of the building and just made it more modern.
Same with Olympia. It's going to kind of look like an old warehouse, some old little houses together, and then we connected them with pieces of glass. And because of the boat manufacturing building, Eastport really took place on an old lake. And that's where they tested out the boats and made sure they worked before they shipped them out.
Because we have so many activities that go on here in the villages and so many competitions, and our residents are so active and healthy, it made us think of Olympics.
So we named it Olympia because it was the first place that Olympics took place, right? So it's going to be a nod to all of these sports that we offer in the villages. And so we kind of went with a gold, silver, and bronze theme inside.
There's a rock climbing wall. They'll be able to play indoor racket sports, basketball, pickleball, volleyball,
Another thing that's unique to this downtown is I guess kind of like Brownwood, we have bronze statues. So Eastport also, we do have bronze statues. So we will have a swimmer, a golfer, a bicycle rider,
Dog walker?
a full-size golf cart,
We're missing one.
dancers.
Oh, yes, a couple dancing on the square. That's right.
In most of our towns, we have thematic painting. This downtown, we decided to have a couple more spaces for murals. We have one in Lake Sumter Landing of a map, so we'll probably try to do a map of Eastport here as well. We also really want to do a mural of something fun and creative that someone can go and take a picture with and post on Instagram and spread around the internet and share how much fun they're having.
Eastport's a good reminder of the early years when people started to vacation in Florida. The thing I love so much about Eastport is we really started it with our postcard.
And is more of a 50s style postcard.
We worked on the design by looking at some fabulous postcards that we had seen and working with Dennis Graves, our artist, and tried to pick little pieces of people's memories from maybe when they were younger and put it in our postcard and then have it be bright and sunny in Florida.
I think it's very exciting to finally see it all come out of the ground in a short couple months. A lot of the other buildings, our tenant buildings and stuff, will be coming out of the ground.
Yeah, you have the whole thought process of designing and building, and when something starts to come out of the ground, it's just the adrenaline in your body just goes crazy because you're so excited to see how it's going to turn out. The most exciting thing is the first night the band plays and the town fills up and people are out dining at restaurants and walking the streets and enjoying the cafes and the shops and just the lifestyle, especially a lifestyle like Eastport because it's going to have recreation, golf. I think it's just really going to be an amazing place to have fun. Exciting, romantic, all the things that make life beautiful.